Welcome. It's day 7 of the Reset Button Workshop, and if you have made it this far, congratulations. I'm really happy for you. I'm really excited for you and your family and the transformation that I know you are going to experience here. So, today, day 7 is all about reflection and release. Reflection and release. A lot of times we go through things and we don't always give ourselves the opportunity to process. And I apologize in advance if this video, if I sound a little weird. My nose has been a little stuffy tonight for some reason. So if I sound like something's in my nose, that's why. There is. Anyway, but I want you to basically do what I'm doing. I'm in the bed right now. Um, I'm visiting my parents in Jersey, have an event to go to this weekend. And in full transparency, I'm in the bed showing you this book because that is how I do my journaling. And so I thought it might be kind of clever or something different to do. But I was going to do a video tonight of me talking to you where you could actually see me. But I totally, just out of habit, like I got ready for bed. And I, washed my face and I did the whole nine. So now I have like my headscarf on and um, my nighttime cream. I'm not video worthy. So I will show you this lovely notebook and encourage you to go and get one. And it'll come in handy beyond just tonight. But you really want to take some time and reflect on these past 7 days. How have they been for you? Because if you've been following along, I've asked you to do some things that are maybe a little bit outside of your comfort zone. Different things that maybe you wouldn't normally do. Even the idea of having to write the story. We started off day 1 writing a story. And I told you to just write the story. Don't put too much thought into making it perfect. Like perfection is what you say it is because you're writing a story based on what the future is going to look like for you when this reset actually happens. So for some people, that might be a little uncomfortable. That might be a little too like, oh, what is she talking about? How am I going to write a story about something that didn't even happen yet? And those types of things. So the purpose of the reflection is to think back, think now, observe your thoughts and your feelings and just take note of everything that's going on and write some things down. Write some things down to describe what you're experiencing. And then the release part is all about you, yes, getting out, whatever you're feeling on paper, but also to the extent that any of those things that you are feeling inside are negative and you've been kind of holding them in and maybe even trying to ignore some of the negative feelings. My therapist said something that I never thought about before, but she said she doesn't believe in negative feelings. Like you have feelings, they're neither positive or negative, they're feelings. We're allowed to have feelings. So just because you're trying something new and you're going through this process and you may feel a little uncomfortable at times, you don't have to ignore that. You don't have to try to shove it away. You don't have to try to remain positive all the time. You're allowed to acknowledge your feelings. So I think the reason I like acknowledging, reflecting, and releasing feelings in a notebook is because it's an opportunity to get it all out, of your mind. Get it all out. You'll find it is therapeutic. You'll find that it might make you feel better if were feeling down because of the things that were on your mind, and then you actually write them on paper, you'll find that you'll actually feel a little bit better. So it serves multiple purposes, but I want you to do that because one of the things that I don't want to encourage or perpetuate is the idea of like bottling up your feelings. That's not what this course is about. This is not a, workshop that's all about like just think positive all the time and then everything you want in life will come to you. Like, yes, positivity goes a long way. And in a way, yes, it does kind of happen like that because you will attract what you're focused on. So if you're focused on positive things, then shouldn't be a surprise that you'll, you know, experience more positive things in your life. But that being said, I know for many years I was in a space where I just didn't want to feel vulnerable. And so I always held my feelings in. And that's not good. It can be the reason that you experience a bout of depression. It can be the reason that you start to become withdrawn from people that care about you. And it's not like a good place to be. And in the end, it doesn't serve you at all. So you want to be releasing anything that comes up for you. Reflect first so that you can really, just sit with your thoughts and see what comes up, but then release it. Don't hold it in. Even if, hey, my feelings won't be hurt. If you think up to now this whole workshop is just a bunch of BS, like write that down. Whatever you feel, write it down, get it out, release it, let it go. And so what you'll find is that in releasing all of this, as we move on, as I'm going to assume, even if you think this is BS, you made it this far, so you're listening. I'm guessing you're coming to day 8, so being able to release whatever fears or thoughts or reservations you have around something, I do believe that it can help you actually move forward. So that's what this is all about. All right, so that is today's assignment. Get a notebook like this. You can, as we've discussed before, if you have your phone and you want to put it in there, an ongoing note that you've had, I guess you could do that. This is one area, though, but I do feel that there's some power in writing because you're doing this partially for the therapeutic effects. And I can't say for sure that you'll have those same therapeutic effects if you just type it into your phone. Now, maybe you will. I'm just acknowledging I don't know because I feel like whenever I've experienced like the therapy aspect of it, and this is before I had a therapist, I just have always, at some point, I discovered that there was power in putting pen to paper if I was dealing with an issue and just start writing. And in writing, I'm like, oh, this is therapy. So I just stuck with it down through the years. Even like I got stopped by the cops one time when I was in law school, and it was a really, for whatever reason, emotional experience for me because I didn't like the way I was being treated. And I remember when I left, I was with my boyfriend at the time. We pulled off, or actually, he ended up driving because I was so upset. But he drove. I had to, I had to literally find a piece of paper, like anywhere that I could find it in my purse, my book bag, back of the car. I don't remember where I got it from, but I remember it wasn't even like a whole sheet of paper. It was like, you know, like a slab of some paper, but that's how bad I needed to write. And by the time I finished writing, and I basically wrote the experience of what had happened, I felt like I was pulled over. It was unjust. I was treated unfairly. And I didn't like it. And I especially didn't like it because I was close to my law school. So now you got me in these streets, looking like a criminal, and I just didn't appreciate it. So anyway, that experience for me was an emotional one, and I remember I had to write like immediately after the interaction with the cops. I had to write just so I could like calm myself down. So I say all of that to say I really suggest for this particular assignment, I'm going to suggest that you put pen to paper. I know a lot of the other stuff I've said, like, oh, you could just put it in your phone. For this one, I'm going to suggest you put pen to paper and actually, write out your thoughts and your feelings and whatever comes up for you as you're reflecting. All right, so that's day 7. Congrats on making it this far. Reflect and release. And I'll see you in day 8. Take care, guys.